Alright, it's your boy Ambi over here, and we're gonna be building this monstrosity. Look at this. It's like literally takes just for wood. It literally just takes all of this. Look at this. It just keeps going all the way till here. Look, that's a lot. Just from making wood alone. Then it goes into rocks and other stuff, right? And if you guys want to build this, there's a couple of flaws with it before you plan on building something this big. Apparently, Hypixel thought it would be funny to break the hoppers in this game. Literally, it's working fine, but the issue is that, let's say if I put material in this, right? It goes through it properly. The material, the hoppers underneath, right? It sometimes just passes over. It literally doesn't collect it for some reason. And apparently, it's actually a plugin or something that's forcing the hoppers to not work like this. And while it usually collects it, sometimes it doesn't. So you just literally have no access chest at this point. It's just gonna go all the way around and just keep going around forever until it gets into these chests. It usually goes in, but sometimes because of this plugin, it does not go in. I have no idea what Hypixel's gonna do about it, but like we'll learn in the future. But it usually works. Like over time, it'll get there. That's the important part. It'll get there eventually. And well, if you guys really want to make this monstrosity, there's two ways of making it. If you go, I made this smelter earlier, and well, there's two ways of making it. For example, the smelter. For example, you see this, right? I put it's just like random stuff. It's that let's say I put upstairs into the main chest. It will just go through these hoppers, and then these hoppers will check if this if the item can be smelted. First, it checks for coal to put in the furnace. Then it checks for like other random stuff that can actually be smelted. And because of the format I'm using, I'm not able to use the design downstairs. I have to use this design. Literally, it's the same thing, but it's just the bottom design is I think one or two blocks longer. It's because I don't want to waste space like like making the chest like this. I want this chest to be going this way, like this, right? Like this, so I can put them on top of each other. Yeah, high pixel, man, high pixel. Okay, what the hell? Oh, don't tell me if you're on a higher update it does this. Okay, that's just weird. But if you want the chests like this, right? You want to conserve space, so you could put, trap chests in between, like this. You're able to put them in between now, right? Because you know how you can't place them, it doesn't let you place it, right? It doesn't like that, right? And the new updates you can. That's why this is glitched. You have to play on 1.8 on this server, but like it should work like this. It lets you place it. You put a normal chest and a trap chest beside each other. That's the format I use downstairs. So basically, it's the same design. There's two ways of making it, but for example, for a big smelter like this, you have to use this design because if you want it to smelt the same object that goes into this chest, basically, like for example, this is sand, right? I'll pick up that sand and then I'll go into this, and then I'll go down here and then put it into this furnace first. If when this is full, I'll put it in this furnace. That's why I have to use this design, which is skips every other block. But when you go down here, it's literally beside each other. Like every single block is beside each other. And because of this, you literally have to build, I think, maybe like a couple of extra blocks further, maybe like two or three more blocks longer, or I think it's maybe one block. I have no idea, too lazy to count. But literally, you just have to make this design. It's really easy. You just literally have to place it beside each other. So to make it, you can just literally copy. You just put it like this, and then like this, and then it was like this, and then you go like this, and then you go two blocks out, and then you can just break this one, this one, this one, and right? Yeah, it'll just look like this. And then you just have to put two repeaters in it, and then you put a torch here, so it basically clogs the hopper underneath, so it doesn't let like all the items go through. So that's why if you look up here, uh, this hopper it gets stuck at 52. Whatever item you put here gets stuck at 52. And then when you and then you have to put oh, I actually made this a little bit too long. You have to put a comparator like that, and then you just put redstone dust over it. And then you just rinse and repeat. Literally the same thing. You just built it beside each other, beside each other, beside each other. They could go as long as you want, but you don't want to make this too long. Actually, you don't. I don't think it will matter, but like it depends on the Hypixel if it's gonna like if you're too far. You know how redstone stops working? That's just redstone on Hypixel. I don't know what the heck they're doing, but that's their issue. You could complain at them. And then after this, you just get a hopper. First, you shift and look at this comparator, right? You want it to go face the comparator. And then after, you want to put a chest, and then you can put as many chests underneath. And just break whatever block you placed here, right? And then you just put it facing the chest, right? Um, the design I used, I didn't want it to look like this. I wanted to look like this, right? To conserve space. And by doing this, I'm not able to use the upstairs design, so you have to make it longer. It was very annoying to make this, but like I managed to get it working with a friend, my manservant, to speak. He was a really good man. He sadly died from corona. He totally died from corona. Nah, I'm joking. He went to Korea for the summer, so like it literally comes on super late. You just have to make this design, and afterwards it's literally just this. You put your item, for example, let's say these stone bricks, right? You put some filler as signs, and then there you go. You're basically done. You just literally have to just do this. That's all. See, it's slowly going in. Hoppers are broken. They're straight up broken. It will work once you set it up to 52, but they're a little slow. And they're literally very slow. Like, take their time, you see? They take their time. They'll eventually hit 52 very slowly. It will hit 52, but like, it should work, technically speaking. It's because I don't know what they did with the hoppers, but like they're very slow and a little buggy. They're not working as vanilla hoppers work on other servers. Because Hypixel's a really big server. It literally takes its time. It literally just takes its time. There's barely any redstone used in this. There's nothing like ticking on and off constantly. But like it's very slow. It's just very slow, which I don't like. Because if you think about it, when I put an item, let's say I make a hopper go above this, right? Like, for example, let me just put that away. Put a hopper going above it, like something like that, right? When the hoppers going beside each other, like let me build some more. You take this out and put it like that. You know how these hoppers are going above it? When you put something like over here, right? Put something in this chest. Let's say if I put these chests. It takes that item and it goes in one by one. You see how it's going one by one? Technically speaking, it should be taking this item and putting it here one by one, because one by one this item's going through. So it should be finessing that item and going in here. And right when it gets in here, it'll take it out and put it in this one. And then it'll take it out from that and put it in this chest. And then after that, if you look over here, I literally just made the design I made behind me, and I just made it so it's literally 6 chests full with that same item. I'll just go down like this. Technically speaking, what's supposed to happen is that the bottom hopper gets it, and when this is full, this hopper gets full, and then uh this will get full, and then this hopper will get full, and it'll just go down like that and go up. It'll just slowly get filled until it gets full here, and then it'll just keep constantly going looped. Because of hoppers and stuff like that, it's kind of a pain in the ass. But like, watch my language there. I'm quite sorry, but it should work technically speaking. It'll work over time. You could just like, I don't know, mine some cobblestone for the rest of your life, or work on your pumpkin farm and collect them pumpkins or something, right? But it's not bad. It works. It'll work over time. It's just really a little bit hard. The only thing that's hard is getting the materials and building it. Actually, no, getting the materials, like when you're at the stage where I am, getting iron stuff is pretty easy. But now that we know the design, right? I literally had to like make up the design in my head because like all those videos I've been watching didn't work. But for some reason, I randomly made this a little bit longer and it started working. And well, now that I know the design, it's a lot faster to make. This literally the first one took me a couple of days. The second one took me like 3 hours. Actually, less than that because I was working on this one alone. I think it only took me an hour actually making just one. But making this took me a couple of days because we had to do so much experiments to get it working. But if it finally works, you just literally have to do that and you're happy, right? And now I don't have to keep getting yelled at by my friends up there, selling, auctioning, scamming, or whatever the heck they're doing. Yeah. Have fun and
Please yell at Hypixel to fix the damn hoppers. It's making me sad.